Hello guys, this is another Naruto impression video, and this is part 2 on how to sound like Naruto Uzumaki. Let's get this video started. First, we're gonna go over the pitch, the tone, and the raspiness. From the previous video, I mentioned these techniques, but this is 3 years due to where I've discovered more with the technique, and I've been able to professionally put myself towards key notes on how to get it to where you need to get it. And what I meant from 3 years ago and how people have different range of vocal ranges, we have a certain number of monotones for our normal voice, and it can differentiate with the raspiness we give off. So like when you're screaming like a metalhead song or something like that, you can tend to hurt your voice, and this is somewhat around that range, but you're not hurting your voice at all. You're training it to develop this style of a spongy voice, if that makes sense at all. I'm going to demonstrate on just how to get there from way before. I'm going to break it down slowly so everyone can progress with your own Naruto voice. So, like I said before, you gotta be like up here. I don't know where you'd find this tone. It's like it's so up here. You can't even. It sounds like Mickey Mouse, dude. It sucks. But with this in tone, if you watch the series a lot, you notice that Naruto has this certain tone as he speaks. It's like this. It's like almost abbreviated. Like not even really trying. He speaks with emotion. It's not really giving out a lot. It's like waves of energy, not giving as much as it should, but you know it's a character's voice, and regardless, it doesn't sound like any other voice. And from here, you take this, and from how to get here, you, like I said, get up to this high pitch where you don't even know where it is. You're not even doing anything. You're just talking real high. Doesn't even matter. You're not going really high. You're not going really low. You're standing right here in the middle range. And that can go right about here. Right here. No more up, no more down. That's it. It's so strange, but if you can get to that tone, you can do a lot of cool things. And if you could somehow harness, and that's what I'm going to show you, if you harness the tone right here where you can talk like normally, like there's nothing else going on. Now you got to practice your emotions. Like, man, if I was given another tuning exam, I would have passed it immediately. But all things considered, though, I can't give up on it. Believe it. You know, there's raspiness with a little bit of excitement, and then downgrading, like you're feeling those emotions regardless on how you're saying it. And doing this can really benefit on how you interact with the scene, or when you're like improvising from another part of like an episode or something. It really depends on what you're going for. Like like when Naruto is calling Sasuke back from the final battle in season 3, I believe. He's like, I don't get it! What happened to make you like this? And why are you doing it? You're giving it emotion. You're thriving with the energy, and it slowly becomes natural as you embody it. And there's different voice ranges and how yours may be attuned to it, but if you could somehow get to that high tone right here, nothing much, you could do a lot of cool things with it. And you don't even have to improv things from the show at all. You can just do your own things, and from my experience, it's really fun. But it's not as fun when someone does it and they don't know how to do it. So I feel bad for my last video. I didn't really explain it all that well, so this video is gonna be a little bit longer than that one, so you have a full breakdown. And some things that I've seen people have trouble with um, is keeping that raspiness. Like I said, if you're a metalhead, if you scream, you, you, you have this tone where you're like how can I explain it? You're like after a rough day at work or something, you have like this sigh where you're like like you're angry, but you're not angry, but you're using that method of as you're angry into your own screaming voice. But that's what I do to harness that tone, and it slowly becomes a natural voice, and you're not hurting your voice, but at the same time, it really it differentiates whether if you're screaming or if you're yelling or if it really matters. And um, this next point, what I want to get across is um, different character progression. Sometimes when you're acting out a whole scene by yourself, no one else is with you. That could be a little difficult when doing everything yourself. And I say that with kind of heart, and it's not like I didn't want to do it with somebody. It's just with what I have right now, with the mindset of just working with what I have. That's where I'm at, but you don't even have to have a whole lot of people. Just if you really believe in doing your own thing, you can actually accomplish it. And so like I said, we're gonna do another practice routine here with a couple more examples, if you will. Um, so you got one, right? The normal Rasengan, multi-shadow clone jutsu, like all these different things. I'm not trying to sound boring, but it's like simple things where you don't have to worry about a whole lot of monologue. It's just a simple phrase, like believe it, raise it high, never giving up, keep fighting, teamwork makes the dream work. And you're always constantly developing in your self-awareness. You always know that this will always stay a tone no matter what you do, even if you mess up. That's the beauty of it. You can mess up and it will still sound, if not just as a tone, to the character. And that could somewhat apply to like when he's getting hit or getting thrown or however, he's like ah! I can't give up. I gotta get back. It's like that. You gotta work your way up to that monotone highness, like I was talking about earlier, and you'll be fine. It's not. It's almost like you have a cold, but it's like it's your tone, not your nose. It's just your tone, and it's like how can I explain this tone? It's like ah 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 ah. It's it's really funny. It's like you're breaking the sound barrier of where if you go too high, it's like it's way too high up here. But if you stay like right in between your high and low, it'll always be like this lowest high, and it will always be there no matter what you do. And it's funny. It sounds like a dismantled Mickey Mouse. So to prevent that, you need to follow through with your emotion. Like I said, knowing the raspiness of using the metalhead method, and you should be fine. But like a different one, like Rasengan, multi-shadow clone jutsu, demon wind shuriken. Follow up with different monologues, and when you go into a full conversation with just yourself pretending to be two people, this is where you're at. It's like, it looks like you picked a fight with me and now you're too scared to go through with it. Is that it? Let's just do this. Put on your headband and we will. I'll wait. Not to worry. I don't need that thing. Just do it. Come on. There's no reason to put it on, because you won't be able to make a scratch on my forehead. See, all this is memorized, and it's not perfect. But as you see in the final one of the final video, it's refined, because I kept finding the right tone method. No matter what I did, I always tried my my very best to try to make it sound exactly like from the scene, because I wanted to show the progression on how much I got a tone to it. And I still struggle with it. Like you heard, it didn't sound as accurate as it did to the video, but that's the troubles I have to go through when making it my final score, and how do you say, um like my score of the voice impression. You know, it's obviously not my work at all, but it's my improvisation of the character as if it would have been. And this is just a method if you're just, you know, making some fan projects or anything at all, like when you're just making your own thing, like your own dream of what you would do if you were this character. And that's kind of one of the key factors, the emotion that plays in with the voice. You know, you make it your own, you know, but at the same time it's still not yours. So it's like, in a way, you have this freedom to branch out and understand like how you can take this method and go so far with it, not just being one character but 2 and 3 and 4, and the list goes so on depending on your voice range. And no matter what voice range you are, I believe you could still do this Naruto voice no matter what octave you're in. If you could find that tone where it's like this right here, not much, you can be able to do this voice regardless. And people might be, you know, screaming their throats out trying to like say this, you know, like, or do something crazy. And honestly, it's just, you got to be comfortable, not worry about a lot. You're just showing them what you got, and that's all that matters, you know. And then it's like you kind of get a little bit of Naruto's inspiration from that, and so it's like an infinite loop of constant improvisation from your own inspiration. And that's what it made me. That's what I learned from all these videos and stuff. And you know, sometimes I gotta take a break every once in a while because, you know, it hurts sometimes because I'm always constantly like, you know, saying things to myself, like when playing like, you know, Shinobi Striker. I'm like, damn it! If I only was closer to the scroll, I could be able to get it in time. But no way! Just something stupid out of anger, and it's just laughing at myself, and I'm just like, dude. Naruto would not say this, but at the same time, it's funny that he had the freedom to say this, because it's just what he would sound like, at least to me, what he would, you know, say during that situation. That was completely random. You know, it could mean almost like, it could mean as much as anything to when you apply it to like a certain scenario, or just anything you think of, you know. And I see like the old videos from 4 years ago where I was recording based off like with the camera with the microphone. It was to capture the nuance of improvising. I didn't read much of a script. It was just all what I was thinking. I was like, well, now that I have this tone of progression, I'm like, how can I go about this? You know, I started thinking, well, what are my most deep emotions of when I put myself in the character's shoes? Where do I find myself in this era of the character of Naruto? Like, am I in the you know, tuning exams version of him? Am I the Boruto one way in the future? Like, which one am I to improv it? And based on the inspiration of how the voice sounds, you partake that as inspiration to influence that voice out from you, and you project that. And there's just so much that goes at play with that. But then again, this all doesn't happen with explanation, and I don't want to just overload you with information of this. This is just what happens naturally, and if you think you don't have it, that's not true. You have this. You just got to feel comfortable to do it. You know, don't be afraid of what people think. You know, just do it. You know, and the feeling of when you pull off that voice, you know, pretty much praying people into thinking that you actually voice certain parts, but, you know, it's like, that would be plagiarism. So it's like, the interesting part about all this is when you apply the character towards a scene, you could really do anything with it. You can go far as to have him star in a full-on episode with I don't know, with SpongeBob or Spider-Man. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, if you have an idea that would blend well, you can put it towards something great. And that's what these videos are practically. They are my progress of how far I sound, just, you know, have it normally just happen. And even if I do sound like this, at least at the end of the day, you know this is Naruto Uzumaki fan! Not Naruto Uzumaki. This is not, no. I wouldn't even close dare put myself in front of Malik Flanagan. I would never, you know, think of myself as better. I would think myself I would just think myself as a shadow clone, honestly. I don't, not even that, you know, but you know what I mean. It's like, it really differs on how you put yourself in the character's shoes, and you can project a lot with emotion. And if you can do that, you know, you can go so far with just, you know, being the character of your childhood, you know. And Naruto has that childhood memorization as well, you know, of always being looked down on, or things that didn't go well. You relate with the character. That emotion can spark the inspiration of your projecting voice, and what do you know, you put yourself in the character's shoes and you find yourself talking just like him, you know. And it's just, you know, it can be surprising, but yet alone it's kind of intriguing, because you can go so far with it, and you can have all kinds of conversations. You can cosplay as the dude, you know. It's all based on how you want to, you know, do it, you know. But this is just, you know, a channel where it specifically talks about how to do this voice, because I by never in my years had seen a video where, like this one, where, you know, you talk about the whole process on how to do this, because it's interesting. And, you know, and why miss the opportunity to learn it, you know, when, you know, it's like every day we worry so much about, you know, like what'll happen to the idea, like what'll happen, like to the picturing imagination you have, like would it like fade off into like some, like, with all due respect, like a cheesy fan dub of what would have sounded like Naruto, but it's not exactly what you envisioned, you know. And what I recommend is to just embrace it. And people do, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they don't embrace it. I'm saying embrace it with the tone, the raspiness, and really give it your all, but do it to where it's natural, and understand your surround sound of your own character in the shoes. With that being said, I hope this video helped you out, you know. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Feel free to comment, and I'll probably do a follow-up video on, you know, how to do this, how to do like practice sessions to help people get up to where they need to get to, because I really want to help people out on understanding this. Before I get too old, I don't want this to go away, and I want, you know, somebody who has a lighter pitch voice than me to actually sound like the dude. So it's like it's only a matter of time before someone picks this up and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna try that. You know, I'm not gonna back down. I'm gonna full on give it my all. And, you know, just like what the character said, you know, it's 'cause that's my ninja way. No, that's what he said. But hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys like it, please like, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and Merry Christmas, by the way, and late Happy Halloween. It's been a while.